In math today, we will continue to decompose, but we're going to focus on the number 5. So what you'll need today is your blank paper here. It says October 8th on it. You'll need this blank paper and one of the spiral notebooks that was in your supply box. All right, so what I want you to do is open up your book. I'm going to tear mine out. Don't tear it out. I'm going to tear it out because I want to hold it up here for you, but my clips, it's too heavy, so it's going to fall. So you're going to open yours up and flip it back. That's what's nice about a spiral notebook. You'll need a couple pages for it. Do not tear out. I'm tearing out because my book is too heavy. All right, so let's go over our DLO, and then we'll get started with our decomposing 5 today. And you will need 2 different colors. 2 different colors. 2 colors that you want. All right, let's go over our DLO. Today I will write equations to show parts of 5 and solve problems. Now it's your turn. Today I will write equations to show parts of 5 and solve problems. All right, so now I've got my paper. I'm ripping mine out. Don't rip yours out. Only we're going to be decomposing 5. When we decompose, every number can be decomposed 1 more than its quantity. 1 more than its quantity. So if I have 5, it can be decomposed 6 different ways. If I have 4, it can be decomposed 5 different ways because 5 is 1 more than 4. If I had 100, I could decompose 101 different ways. So that is a little trick to remember. It can be decomposed 1 more than the quantity. Okay, I'm going to flip up my paper here for us. I think 2 clips will probably be the best. And then I will zoom in because on your paper, this is what you're going to be. Oh, I forgot. You also need scissors and a glue stick because we're going to be cutting, coloring, and gluing. All right, let me get my 2 colors. I'm going to get blue. Let's see if blue works. I'd rather use a crayon. Miss Dennison, will you get me? Oh, never mind. I got them right here. Always be prepared. Okay, I want blue and red seems to be the colors that I'm going to do this red violet. It'll be a pinkish color because I like pink. So 2 different colors. Let's scooch up. I want to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Even if you don't see my face, that'll be good. So what I've sent home for you are different equations that you need to write and color. So the first equation we're going to do is 5 equals 0. And in the pattern of our 5s, so if I've got 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In our pattern with decomposing, we said that there's 1 more than the quantity that you can decompose. So if I've got 5, I've got 6 rows here. So my equations are going to go the patterns with 5 equals 0 plus 5. 5 equals 1 plus 4. 5 equals 2. So if I look at my pattern of 0 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus, 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 plus. I can go backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and they all equal 5. So let's look at the pattern. If I have 5 equals 0 plus 5, so we'll do blue as my first color and red as my second color. So if blue is 0, there's nothing blue, and then 5 would be red. And I want you to see the pattern. 5 equals 1 plus 4. So my first number I said was going to be blue. So my 1 would be here, and then 4 would be red. And in the pattern, as it goes down, 2 plus 3. 2 blue plus 3 red. And I'm going quickly because I want to show you how to do your work, but there is a pattern, and in math it's important to find the patterns because it helps us solve the solution, solve the problem to find the solution quicker. 5 equals 3. 1, 2, 3 plus 2. 5 equals 4 plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1, red. And then 5 equals 5 plus 0. My first color was blue. So decide now, what is your first color? What is your second color? In this pattern, I can split this right in half because each line I get one less of one color and one more of another. So my pattern cuts this graph right in half. Pretty fun. Okay, so we're going to color these, but for you, with these equations on our paper. So the first equation that I want you to write, you will use a pencil. I'm going to use a marker because I want you to be able to see it well on my paper. Right here. The first equation I want you to write is 5 equals 0 plus 5. Decide what your first color is and your second color. I decided that blue is my first color and red is my second. So watch me. Here's a little trick for you. After you write your equation, underline the number that is going to be that color. So I said blue is my first color. So I'm going to underline my first color and underline my second color. Number. 5 equals 0 plus 5. So I know I'm going to have 0 blue and 5 pinkish red. Take your paper and you're going to cut one of the strips out. And you will need to cut the frame because that is the only way that the whole thing will fit. So after you've cut it out, throw your scraps. Now I'm going to color, and then I'll glue it because it's easier to color when it's not glued. So if I have my cubes here, I want 5 equals how many blue? 0 plus how many pink? 5. So I'm going to take my crayon. I'm just going to color in the circles, and I'll do it kind of quick. Today is not an illustration day. Today is a solving a problem day. So I colored in just how I wrote it. Now I'm going to glue it. So get your glue stick. Come on, glue stick. There we go. Push it up just a smidgy. Flip it over. And the one easy way is to just do 2 big strips. Flip it over and glue it down. Give it a little press. Done. 5 equals 0 plus 5. Let's do the next one. I had to find my marker. You might only be able to 5. Let's split our paper in half. So we're going to do 2 on each paper. My next one, if I look at my my 5 graph here, 5 equals, what's 1 more than 0? 1. So if I have 5 equals 1 plus 4. In our pattern, we add 1 to the first number and take 1 away from the second. So now I'm going to cut out another one. Don't forget to cut the frame so that it all fits. We'll do a couple together and then it will be your turn. going to take my crayons, and I've already decided that blue is my first number and red is my second. So I'm going to underline 1 with blue and 4 with my pink. So on my cube strip, how many blue? 1. Using the pattern of adding 1 and taking 1 away. Plus, how many pink? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your glue, turn it over, add 2 strips. 1, 2. Can I glue it this way? No, because I said 5 equals 1 plus 4. And if I glue it this way, this says 4 plus 1. So you have to pay attention to what our equation is and how you're going to glue it. 5 equals 1 blue plus 4 pink. After you finish 2 on this page, I want you to flip it over. Just turn your page because they can be written on the back. That's fine. Just like in our writing journal, we don't need to waste any papers. Going with my pattern, I had 5 equals, so we did 0 plus 5, 1 plus 4. Now we're going to do 2 plus 3. 5 equals 2 plus 3. Cut out your paper. Take your time. You don't trim too much off. Okay, good. I wrote my equation. I said blue was my first color, so 5 equals 2, so I'm going to underline it, plus 3. So on my strip, how many blue do I need? 2. 1, 2. How many pink do I need? 3. 1, 2, 3. We're decomposing 5. We're breaking it apart into 2 parts, and here are my 2 parts. Get your glue. Mine is down a little bit, so I'm going to scooch it up and get my glue strips on here. Which way do I need it? I need 2 blue at the beginning, so here's my 2 blue. Now the next one is very similar to this. It's not the same, but there are some similarities. 5 equals 1 more than 2 is 3, plus 1 less than 3 is 2. We're using the same numbers, but they're not in the same order. So that means I need to be careful with how I color and glue my cube strip. And I decided blue was my first color, so I'm going to underline 3. Red or pink was my second color, so I'm going to underline it. Now I'm putting up my strip. How many blue? 3. 1, 2, 3. And it doesn't have to be perfect. How many pink? 2. 1, 2. Because I decomposed 5 into 3 plus 2 more. Get your glue. Get your glue strips. And I want to show you that these look similar. See how I have 2 and 2 and 3 and 3? But my equation down here is 3 plus 2. And this one is 2 plus 3. So now it will be your turn. You'll have the rest of the equations to finish the last couple ones by yourself. But just remember that decompose means break apart. And we can break apart any number. So now it's your turn.